I'm about to explain this LMI. Let me see this LMI. See this indicator right here? This is my screen. I can go in here and I can change setup. This is setting up the crane function right here. Escape. And go back and give you where my crane function setup at. Right here. I can also go up in here and access it from here. Come over here, press this. Escape up out of here. And I can go down to this other screen. You see how I just pressed that? Let's just go to this. I can change screens. See the indicator right here. Switch it. Go to the indicator. What I like about this is I can go in here and you see I can control all my hydraulics, all my functions. So this is my hydraulics. I can change, highlight. It's my outriggers. It's my pads, cylinders. Click go back. Go back up in here and just change all this. Right here I can put limits. I can put a limit on how much I can boom, so I can set limits on how much, what boom height. Like say if I'm by a power line, I don't want to boom up high enough to contact the power line. I can set limits up in here. You can go up in here and press this to set limit. Right here, limit down. Back about this. Right here. You can do a lot of things. This can be my height limit. Right there. Just get right there. Then I can go in here and I can set my speed adjustments. I turn them down to 75. But I can see reset it. And now I can change it back down. I like the setting. I don't like it. Take it off from. It's 75. It's my goal. 75. Look, set to 75. That must be good. Access. These is, I can say, you know, that's just the time, hours. Also, I like about what these functions do. You see these are my functions. So my hoist, I can highlight, it cuts my hoist off. You see that? That's my hoist right there. Hoist, I can cut the boom off, cut the boom off, cut it off. So and I got these functions. I like these because these are the crane star system. It's kind of like the Epic joist, the Manitowocs, when we got those 21,000s, 2250s, the 18,000s, all the Manitowocs, crawlers. These functions, I like how they go with these GR systems because they went with the joysticks instead of the levers. The old Groves used to have the levers, so if you come from running a Manitowoc, now you got to switch to levers. But I like how these is because they Putang, the Hyd Cranes, and the Manitowocs and the Groves. Now they got a whole system of joysticks where just the levers is the same, to where you're not if you go into different machines, you're not switching. You gotta adjust to levers, or you gotta adjust to this function, that function. I like that. Same thing, and I can also access my outriggers right here. These my outriggers. I can adjust them right here to shoot them out, or I can just like earlier, I can go in here, up in here, and access my choices from my outriggers. Go in here, so I can go sit here if I want to do right here. I want to highlight this, or down, up, that. Then these becomes like if I highlight this, if I go in here and highlight this becomes my crane function. So like this, and I can shoot it out. Also, I can touch the screen if I want to go in here. Go in my screen, I can access this, escape. Same thing. Switch it over here. I can set up my crane function. I can go in here. They're gonna ask me like where I'm set at. This is my crane. Now these numbers, these indicate, what setup you're in. Like outrigger setup. If you got, you might be fully extended. You might be on rubber. You might be halfway extended. You might be non-extended. This can switch it. This can change my hook. Whereas I might have, a block, and I can go up in here and highlight. If I can scroll over here, I can change this to, up 1 or 2, or I like that. This is my drum. Whatever drum you're gonna be using. If I'm gonna be using my rear drum, which usually is like, if I got a hook, and I might have a rooster shib, where I might have a block and a hook, so I don't have to switch up. I can do that, or I can go up in here, and this, if I got a jib on, you see how they got this configured. If I got a jib extended, or if I don't have a jib, it allows for that. So I go up in here, and then they say like, what function I'm in. Outriggers, so okay that. And you see how the outriggers come in. They saying like, I like to how it's indicated, tell it how much pressure is on, like, and then how much outrigger extended. Like, this is, they tell you where you set up at. I'm set up at 50% because I can't extend my outriggers all the way. It might be a void, it might be an obstacle in the way, so you can't fully extend it. So how the old cranes, they didn't have this set up to where it derates your crane now. It derates how much your capacity is, and then they tell me how much is out, how much percentage of my outrigger is out. But it still fall into that. If it's not 100%, it has to fall into that 50%. So So I go up in there and I can prove that. And it's gonna set up like that. Another thing I like is the swing lock, like the swing brake. I can be in free swing. I can be in free swing, but then it also if I'm done swinging, which is right here, this is my swing joist. This should tell you this is my swing, and this is my boom extension. This lever controls my swing and my boom extension. So if I'm swinging, like back in the day, the old grows, you didn't have this, so where it's always was in free swing, so it didn't have no brake. You had to sit there and hold your foot brake. You know what I mean? And they don't have that anymore. So I like the, and so it just automatically goes in the brake put it in brake, swing brake. When I'm not swinging. All of a sudden, it's a nice upgrade. These came out in 2018, and now we starting to see a lot of these on job sites now. Like before, you didn't see these. Now contractors are starting to spend some money and get these things out here because they're nice cranes, man. Sit there and tell me my RPMs, my temperature. Still got the depth. I can go in here and I can switch the screen to indicate. I can sit here and change the screen if I want. Whatever I want it to show.